Whoopi Goldberg's statement on The View has been a conversation on Fox News. Her sentiment was even highlighted by commentator Ben Shapiro. Whoopi Goldberg said that it is not different for blacks in the United States compared to women in Iran. I'm going to show you that clip.
Let's just remember, too, the Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing. Let's not do that, because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie gay folks to the car.
I'm sorry, but where the Iranian regime is today in 2025 is nothing compared to you.
So
it is not even the same. I couldn't step foot wearing this outfit.
Wait. That's not what you mean to say. It is the same.
No, it's not. The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit in Toronto.
Killed for
I'm sorry. I think it's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're black.
Not for everybody.
Not if you're black.
In the words of Andrew from Don't Walk Run Productions, I know, you're shocked. That's going to turn some heads. She is an absolute ignoramus. A woman who compares the life of being a black American to a woman in Iran is jaw-dropping for significant reasons. Not to say that this is the only time where Whoopi made a misinformed claim. Her stance on the Holocaust was that it was not originally about race. Now, she did apologize for it, sure, but why would she think that it was not about race when mainstream schools have that topic in the curriculum when it comes to World War II history? To give some context, she said that the main point that she was trying to make was that you cannot tell that somebody was Jewish compared to somebody who was black. Well, assuming, of course, if they were not wearing a shtreimel, but hello, the Holocaust was about race. I'm not going to keep on going about this subject. It's a story for another day, but geez. Replace every human being on Earth with duplicates of her, this planet is doomed. That's another classic example of her poor choice of words. When going into closer detail about why she thinks like that, one co-host said that gays in the Middle East are thrown off buildings, and Whoopi Goldberg's response to that is that Americans are known to tie gay people to the car. So, this was something that happened in 2019. A gay man, I think he was gay or something. He was beaten in Florida. He tied to a car, and I think he survived that ordeal. And the person who was responsible for that crime was arrested and faced justice, which never would have happened in Iran, but that goes to my point that I'm trying to make. My response to that would be, when comparing the United States to Iran, which country considers gays as a protected group, and which country does not? I mean, back then, gays were marginalized, let's not forget about that. But I definitely don't recall how often or how frequently a gay person in the United States was ever marginalized to this very day for keeping their sexual relations with the same sex as them in the bedroom and in private. No, Iran does not see gays as a protected group. America, that has religious freedom and the freedom for women to not have to cover up their faces, their legs, and their arms up, a country that gives people the right to be gay and still get married, is nothing compared to the theocratic regime of Iran that implements acts of violence and death in the name of their deity, Allah, which is called the jihad. But that's not the case. I mean, are blacks really living this way in the United States? Are they being forced to cover up their faces and their arms and their legs? I don't know that you can exactly make the argument that black people are living a life of fear and terror the same way as Iranian women are living in their home country. And to shed some light on the information that was provided by PBS News just about a year ago, this is something that invalidates Whoopi Goldberg's claim. Fox News happened to talk about this. Here's the evidence that they provided. Quote unquote, the months-long security crackdown killed more than 500 people and saw over 22,000 detained. The UN report found Iranian security forces used shotguns, assault rifles, and some machine guns during against demonstrators. It also found a pattern of people being shot, the protesters who were shot intentionally in the eye. Some of those detained faced sexual violence, including rape, the forced nudity, the threat of rape, groping, and electrocution of their genitalia, according to the report. That was from PBS that Fox News talked about. There you have it. But according to Whoopi, blacks in America are subjected to the same level of inhumane and degrading violence in the United States. It's this bullshit here that confuses me. I mean, she has money. The planes are still working. If America is so bad like some of these celebrities are saying, why not move to Canada? I mean, why haven't you left, Whoopi? Ellen left for Great Britain. You're a woman of wealth. Why can't you just move to Britain with her? Why can't you live in the same neighborhood with Ellen? Why can't you just spend each other's weekday mornings sitting on each other's porch with a cup of coffee and share mutual feelings about how much you ladies resent the big bad orange man who's becoming the next king of the United States? Project 2025. Where's President Elon Musk, like a lot of people have been saying before? But the bottom line is that hardships in the U.S. are small potatoes compared to Iran. Yeah, the price of American healthcare is bullshit. But in the grand scheme, what makes America oppressive if I were to say, fuck Trump, oh no, which I just did, and that's not going to lead to me getting arrested? I'm more free here than being in Iran, and I can choose which religion I please. Iran? No thanks. A snowball's chance in hell is what you'll have if you're ever wondering when I want to go there. And this is not to say that America has had a horrible past for the treatment of blacks, but this doesn't have to be an issue now. I mean, it's not like blacks are being forced to pick cotton on plantations now and have to spend the end of the American Civil War as sharecroppers who barely made enough, and then you had the Jim Crow laws that separated blacks from the white society under the misconception that even though they were separate, that they were still treated equally as a result of the whole Plessy versus Ferguson court case, only to finally have the court case of Brown versus the Board of Education, which would finally integrate black kids into white schools by federal law. Yeah. Such a shame that Whoopi gives into this trend of wanting to play victim and make her situation relatable with so many of the other black folks who she supposedly can relate to. But her presence as a celebrity still alludes to the fact that she's a part of the elites, regardless. And not to say that there aren't memorable movies or TV shows that I grew up with when going on the lighter side. Back when she was in her prime, and I've talked with others about this before, she made an appearance on Sesame Street. There was a scene where Baby Bear was agitated by somebody eating his porridge, his bowl was empty, and then Whoopi gave Baby Bear an alternative. By resisting the urge to throw his empty bowl up into the air and make an angry mess, that he should instead resort to making noises, grit of the teeth, and have disgruntled voices hinting a sense of wrath. I'm going to show you that clip.
Wow. Sometimes when I get really angry, I do this. I'm really angry.
Yeah, you get my point. She was also in the 2006 CGI film called Everyone's Hero. She did the voice of the talking baseball bat, as you can see in that picture, her name Darlin. And she was also in the 2002 Christmas flick called It's a Very Merry Muppet Christmas Movie. She was in that too. Man, where did all of those years go? Now, I don't know if she had a controversy like that where she says unwise things compared to the kind of controversy that I'm hearing about her now. Now, I should also point out that one time, I remember where she hinted at a particular bakery at Staten Island. Holterman's was the name. She said that they refused to send her baked confections under the pretense that her politics was the reason, when in actuality it was the ovens that were malfunctioning. That was the main cause. Now, not that she said the name, but it was presumed to be Holterman's heavily, because again she mentioned that the ovens were down, like Holterman's bakery had their ovens that were not working. And another giveaway was the Charlotte Russe pastries, which is a classic New York City street food. Now, I consider that to be similar to the whole Jussie Smollett controversy, where he lied about being a victim of hate crime. But nothing much to say about that either. Man, if I were in her shoes, I'd sit my ass down, keep quiet, and learn to realize that being black in the United States is not the exact same thing as being a woman in Iran. From the background info that was provided from PBS, over-exaggerating America's past grievances by making it appear like it's happening once again like a drama queen is bollocks. What else can be said about this outlandish statement that Whoopi made? It does not roll off the tongue easily. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day in whatever way I possibly can. Thanks all you guys for tuning into this upload. If you're interested, leave a like, share with others, leave a comment, and subscribe for more videos or streams, and I hope to see you all in the next video or stream. Cheerio.